Good morning, student. I, Purnima, welcome you to the class. And children, today I am going to do a new poem with you, Rain on the Roof, written by Coates Kidney. Okay, so we will be doing this poem and I will be telling you something about this poem, about the theme, about the poet, and then we will be doing the background of the poem and finally the explanation and the new word of the poem. So, children, I am going to start. Children, something about the poet, The Rain on the Roof. It is written by Coates, Coates, and Kinney. This poet is written by Coates Kinney. Okay. Now I will be telling you a few lines about the poet. Coates Kinney was born on November 24, 1826, and children, he died on January 35, 1904. He was born near Penn, New York. So children, it's a strange place, isn't it? The where he was born was Penn. It is near New York. Okay, in America. So this was the place where he was born. Okay. Now, it is New York was so children, Coates Kinney, November 24, 1826 he was born, and he died on January 25, 1904. And I told you, I've written the board, he was born near Penn, New York. He was a children, so many titles and adjectives are with him, like he was a lawyer, he was a politician, he was journalist, and he was of course the poet from the United States of America. He was partly educated at Antioch College. So one college, famous college, Antioch College was there. So for some time he went to that college. Yellow Spring, Ohio, and children, then he went to Ohio Spring, the famous college. It was in Ohio, and he studied law with Thomas Corwin. And children, he studied law with a very famous personality was also with him, and that was Thomas Corwin, and was admitted to the bar in Cincinnati in 1856. And children, he became the member of the bar. He was admitted in the bar in the Cincinnati in 1856. He became a journalist and worked on papers in Cincinnati, Xenia, Springfield, Illinois. Okay, so basically I mean to say, children, he was an American poet. Now, let me tell you something about the background of the poem, that the poet is expressing through his poem the joy that accompanies the showers that fall upon the earth. So children, when the rainfall is there, how people are happy. He is discussing about that shower, that rainfall which falls on earth. The rain announces its arrival by forming dark clouds in the sky. Children, the rain announces its arrival by forming dark clouds in the sky, along with humidifying the atmosphere. So children, the rain announces its arrival by forming dark clouds in the sky, along with humidifying the atmosphere. The darkness seemed to spread melancholy that is released by the gently weeping rainy tears. But for man, these tears usher in a strange feeling of joy that is provided by the pitter-patter of the rain on the rooftop of the cottage. The rain brings back wonderful memory of his childhood when then he sleeps and when he recollects, and when the rain is falling, he is thinking about those moments, and he lies in the comfort of his cozy bed. He is lying in a comfortable bed, and children, dropping of the raindrops is reminding him of something, and listen to the steady patter of the rain. At the same time, children, there is the memory of his mother. His poet's mother is no more, she is dead. And children, he is thinking of the memory of his mother, checking in on him and looking at him. He feels the mother is there in the room and she is affectionately looking at the poet and leaving him to sleep in till the break of dawn. And the music the rain produces while falling upon the shingles continued in the background. Shingles are the small stone children. He loves the when the rain fall on the shingle. Okay, so let me tell you children, now I will be telling you the background in a bit detailed form. The poet has given a very fine imagination while he listened to the patter of the rain. Children, the rainfall is there on his roof. He is listening and he has given very fine imagination while he listened to the patter of the rain on the roof. So children, the poet has given a very fine imagination while he listened to the patter of the rain on the roof. He is lost in varied ideas and feels the presence of his mother. Now children, when the raindrop fall on this roof, he feels that his mother is there and she is looking at him in a very affectionate manner. Now let me tell you children, here the poet mother is no more, she is dead. So the cloud creates darkness for the starry sky and in turn it shows its unhappiness through tears of rain. On one side there is happiness while on the other side it is unhappiness. So children, when the raindrops are falling on the roof of the poet and he is inside the room, he is lying in his cozy bed, cozy means comfortable bed, and when the rain is falling on the roof, it is reminding him of so many things, of happiness also and of unhappiness also. Happiness, his mother, he feels that his mother is there and she is looking at him affectionately. Unhappiness, children, I will be reading you, okay, why the poet is talking about unhappiness. So let me tell you some of the important points during the time of explaining the background of the poem. So unhappiness of starry sky. So first it is telling about the unhappiness of the starry sky. Unhappiness of the starry sky. The poet is presenting the pattering of the rain on the roof. So what poet is doing? The poet is presenting the pattering of the rain on the roof. When it rains, the dark clouds float in the sky. Now children, when there is a rainfall, the dark cloud is above his bed and they are floating in the air. They cover the starry sky. What do? They cover the starry sky which is shining the universe. Children, stars are there, but these black clouds, they have covered the starry sky which is shining the universe. They appears darkness and children, and when the dark cloud cover the starry sky, there appears to be darkness and it becomes, children, a gloomy atmosphere can be seen. It becomes sad. The sadness can be seen and feel in the environment. Due to sadness, tears of rain emit out gently. And children, because the atmosphere is gloomy, it is sad. So children, tears of rain come out gently. During this atmosphere, one can have the highest happiness by lying in his room on a bed and pressing the pillow. So he is telling, during this atmosphere, one can have the highest happiness by lying in his room on a bed and pressing the pillow. Listening to the patter of the soft rain on the head gives the maximum pleasure. Now children, what else he is doing, children? He is lying on his bed. Poet is lying on his bed and children, he is very and pressing the pillow, listening to the patter of the soft rain on the head, and children, above his head the rainfall is there and he can hear the patter of the soft rain on the head and he is very happy. He is enjoying that music of the rainfall which is falling on the children above his head on the roof. Now working of fancies. Now our second point is our second point. Working, first point I've discussed, unhappiness of the starry sky, and working of the fancies. Now children, working of the fancies I will be explaining. When the poet is listening to the patter of the rain, he is lost in the rain. So when the poet is listening to the patter and the dropping of the head on the roof of his room, he is lost in the rain. The rain produces sweet sounds on the tiles of the roof. So children, he is feeling that the music is very sweet and melodious as the raindrop is falling on the tiles of the roof, which echoes in his heart. Several fancies become busy in dreaming. The poet is lost in his old recollection. And children, he dreams, okay, he feels happy, he is dreaming, okay, the poet is lost in his old recollections. Now, the third and the important point is memory of his mother. Memory of his mother. Okay. So children, while the rain is going on, it is still raining, the pitter patter he can hear on the roof. The memory of his mother appears before him. Now children, let me tell you, the mother is no more, she is already dead, but it is the poet who feels that the mother is there in his room and looking at him in a very affectionate manner. After giving due regards to the sweet dream, she leaves before sunrise. But the poet feels her benevolent looks. He is lost in listening the sweet pattering of the rain on his roof. Thus the rain leads the poet into imagination. He feels greatest happiness. The nature exhibits its sadness through tears of rain. So children, he is both feeling happy and he is feeling sad also. Okay. Now children, I will be explaining you the, first I will be reading you the poem and then I will be explaining you. So first I am going to read the poem. When the humid shadow hover over all the starry spheres and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Every tinkles on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being stirred, and 1,000 recollections weave their air thread into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone to regard the darling dreamers, or she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. So children, this beautiful poem I've read, 3 stanza poem. And children, first of all, I would like to tell you certain word, you have to write it, okay, then only you will understand the poem. So humid shadow means black clouds full of humidity. I have to write it. You have to write this difficult word, then only you will understand the poem. Humid shadows. black clouds full of humidity. So children, in the very first slide, humid shadow is there. It means children, black cloud which is full of humidity. Then starry spheres. Sky full of stars. What a bliss. Melancholy is sad. Sad. Bliss is very happy. Chamber. So first children, I will be explaining you. These are the important word meanings. Please note it down somewhere. Humid shadow means black clouds full of humidity. Starry spheres means sky full of stars. Melancholy means sad. Bliss is very happy. Now few more new words of this stanza. I am going to write it. Children, for now children, chamber. A small room in a small room, a small room in a small house. That is chamber. Then patter, patter. Sound of rain, sound of rain. Okay. Falling on any surface. Falling surface. Okay. And then overhead is above. Chamber is small room in a small house in a countryside or rural area. Patter is sound of rain falling on any surface. Overhead is above our head. So children, this is the meaning of this. That's all the difficult word of the lesson. Sorry, of the first paragraph. And now I will be explaining you children. When the humid shower. Okay, when the humid shadows hover. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you the meaning of hover. Hover is hang. Hover is hang. Hover is hang. Okay. Remain suspended in the air, or remain suspended in the air. Okay. So the poet says that stars of the sky are not visible. Okay. Now, what is the first two line? When the humid shower hover. When the humid shower, I told you, black clouds full of humidity. When they are hanging over all the starry spheres. Starry spheres, I have told you, sky full of stars. Children, the poet says the stars of the sky are not visible when the dark clouds cover the night sky. He stated that the darkness is making him sad and reflective. And the melancholy darkness, the sad darkness, children, it is making him sad and reflective. The rain symbolizes the release of sadness and the ushering in of joy. So, children, what does the rain symbolize to him? The release of sadness and the ushering of in joy. The poet says the stars of the sky are not visible when the dark clouds cover the night sky. He stated that the darkness is making him sad and reflective. He is also feeling sad and reflective due to the darkness of the cloud which is covering the beautiful starry night of this starry and bright, not bright, but due to star, children, the beautiful rays are there of the star. Okay, but this dark cloud, they have covered the stars of the sky, and this darkness is making him sad and reflective. The rain symbolizes the release of sadness and the ushering in of joy. So what does the rain symbolize here, children? The rain is symbolizing the release of sadness and the ushering in of joy. So tears falling softly down into the surface of the earth. So tears are falling. So children, what are the tears are doing? They are falling. The tears are falling from the sky. Okay. And softly down into the surface of the earth. So children, the rain is compared to the tears of the sky which is falling down onto the surface of the earth. Rain make us get nostalgic as well as joy. So we are happy when that, but this rain, children, when it is falling on the roof, it is making us, children, it is making us happy. The poet says he loves to curl up in the comfort of his bed and just relish the wonderful music of the rain. Now children, what poet is doing actually when the rain is falling, okay, he is enjoying the music of the rain. He is sleeping in his cozy bed, okay, he is sleeping in the cozy bed, and he is realizing, he is relish the wonderful music of the rain as it falls upon the roof of his little cottage. So he is enjoying the beautiful music of the rain which is falling on his roof of his cottage. Okay, so this is the first stanza. So children, how does the darkness look and what does it do? So children, here the darkness, the humid shadows, children, it is covering the starry atmosphere, and children, it looks, the whole atmosphere is dark due to that, and it looks sad. It gently weeps in rainy tears, and due to sadness the sky weeps in the form of the rainy raindrops, that is rainy tears. What happens to the pillow when it rains, children? It gets wet. The pillow of the, it gets wet. And when does the poet feel bliss? Why the poet is feeling bliss? That means bliss means, I told you, very happy. The poet feel it in hearing the sound of the falling rain and pressing the wet pillow. Now children, the poet is enjoying the rainfall which is falling on the roof. Though his pillow is a bit wet, some holes are there on the roof, so water is dropping on his his pillow and it is getting wet, but he is hearing the sound of the falling rainfall and he is enjoying. Okay, now second paragraph. So second paragraph is, every tinkles on the shingle. Okay, every tinkles on the shingle. Has an echo in the heart and 1,000 dreamy fancies. Into busy being stirred, and 1,000 recollection weave their air threads into woof. As I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. So children, the stranger to some of the hard, difficult word, I'm going to write it. Tinkle. The meaning of tinkle. A ringing sound. Then shingles. Rectangular tiles used on sloping roof. Then echo is so tinkle is a ringing sound, shingles are the rectangular tiles used over the roof, echo is the sound, reflected sound. Then dreamy fancies. Children, please write the meaning of this line. 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being stirred. So please write the meaning of this line. 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being stirred. Into busy being stirred. That means so many imagination start working in the mind. There's so many imagination starts working in mind. Now student, let me tell you one thing, that children, these are the word meaning which I have discussed of the second stanza. since lack of time is there, so the explanation and few more word meaning I will be doing in the next video. With this I conclude my video. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.